What's up, aliens? It's Big Al. Thanks for watching another dumb sports vlog. We're in the midst of a bunch of live sports going on. Life's pretty good right now. So let's just get right into it. The Yankees? Okay, now every baseball fan that's not a Yankees fan absolutely despises the Yankees, right? I think we're ready to hand them the World Series. Is it a World Series anymore? I don't even know. The 2020 championship. Um, the Yankees are freaking good, man. Aaron Judge might be on pace to hit 30 home runs in 60 games. I mean, he's hitting insane right now. And then you got other power. You got Giancarlo Stanton, Gary Sanchez. That lineup is so good. And they play in the tiniest freaking stadium in the world. It's not even fair. I'm ready to hand the Yankees the World Series. I mean, I don't know who's going to beat them this year. The Astros suck. The freaking Altuve and all those guys hit 0 for 27 against the Dodgers. It was Altuve, Bregman, and Springer. All hit 0 for 27 against the Dodgers when they couldn't cheat. The Yankees are so good, man. I hate to say it. They're going to get championship number 105, whatever the hell they freaking have. I think the Yankees are just going to dominate. They're 8-1 right now. They're undefeated at home, which in a 60-game season, they might go undefeated at home. I hate to say it. I hate the Yankees, but man, what a team. What else we got? The NFL is ruining relationships again. Oh, that's fantastic. So the NFL decided that they were going to start messing with the opt-out deadline. First of all, they gave players this opt-out deadline so they could take the 150K, spend the season at home, keep their family safe, keep themselves safe. That's all fine and dandy. I was cool with all of it. And then the NFL decided that people were opting out too quick. There were too many people that weren't going to play this season after CJ Mosley opted out yesterday. They decided to try and move the opt-out period up. I mean, what a bunch of jackasses, man. You'd think a league that, oh my gosh, you'd think a league that sits here and has a terrible relationship with their players. I'd say the NFL has the worst relationship between the organization and the players themselves. Just because you look at the concussions, you look at that stuff and them trying to cover that stuff up. You look at them blackballing Colin Kaepernick for kneeling during the national anthem. You look at these things that are just dividing the players and the NFL. And then you're going to come in here giving them this benefit to opt out, giving them this benefit to still take home some money and still keep their family safe. And you want to start moving up the period because too many people are opting out? God, man. Good thing these guys have a union, because I can see that they'd be getting so screwed by the NFL right now. What a bunch of jackasses, man. That relationship wasn't bad enough already. You got Roger Goodell trying to shorten the period in which they can make a decision about if they're going to play or not. God, I can see why they hate their employer. It's ridiculous. All right, the last thing I wanted to talk about, we got racist Christians in the South. So it actually turned out that TCU players sat out of practice today, supposedly because the coach said the R word, the big one. Not the R word, the N word. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking Redskins now. But supposedly the coach said the N word twice. So I had to dig deep and look at this story just because there weren't really anything sticking out. Like, I looked up Twitter. It's usually where I go for my news first. Couldn't really find anything. Looked it up online. Couldn't really find anything. So I had to dig pretty deep to find out what actually happened. I had to go to the TCU player's account where he actually tweeted from, and he said that the coach, I don't even know what to say. So the N word, which I'm not going to say, I'm going to replace it with Voldemort, because in the Harry Potter world you can't say the word Voldemort. I can't say the N word, obviously. So I'm just going to say Voldemort. So Coach Gary Patterson was mad about the players saying Voldemort in the locker room, right? And with everything going on in the country, no one should be saying it. I mean, just delete that word from human history, right? Delete Voldemort from human history. But get rid of this word. So he doesn't want them saying it. Be more respectful. Be more professional. Stuff like that, all right? That's all fine and dandy. He heard someone saying it in the locker room. He was doing this back and forth between this player who was promised playing time, and he was mad that he wasn't getting playing time. And he's just pissed off about it. And then him and the coach are going back and forth. And it looks like something straight out of Last Chance U when the coach starts spouting off on the field, talking about personal things. So the player's like, you promised me playing time. and I didn't get any playing time. And then the coach was like, I heard you saying Voldemort in the locker room. And the guy's like, what? Like, that came out of nowhere. And he's just like throwing it back at his face that he heard him say Voldemort in the locker room. And supposedly he quoted it. He didn't say, I heard you saying the V word. He said, I heard you saying the Voldemort. I heard you say Voldemort in the locker room. And he's like, you said Voldemort in the locker room. And so this player took that as he was saying, you Voldemort, not you person, you N-word, you Voldemort. He like said it. He didn't hyphenate it or anything like that. But he quoted it saying, you said this in the locker room. And so this player freaked out. The linebacker's name was Dylan something. I forgot his name. But he sits out of practice. He gets a bunch of people to sit out of practice. And then players start coming to the coach's defense. Which, you know, when players come to a coach's defense, it's not real. It didn't really happen like how the player was going to say it was. So if you got a coach, I mean, you got people like Riley Cooper that dropped the Voldemort that's not the Steelers, at the Kenny Chesney concert at Steelers Stadium. I mean, he was canceled forever. You got Papa John dropped a Voldemort on a conference call. That dude was canceled forever, right? That coach, he didn't say it because his whole team would have walked out on him. But this one player got a bunch of people riled up. Supposedly didn't happen. I mean, he shouldn't have said the word Voldemort anyway, even though he was quoting it, saying you can't be saying this. I mean, you just can't say it. But it looks like TCU is going to avoid. They had a little bit of drama, but they're going to avoid having to fire their coach for saying the word Voldemort. So all's well that ends well, I guess. That's all I got. Thanks for watching my little rant. Yankees, Daddy Yankee, man. I hate the Yankees so much. I don't want them to win. They always buy their way to the championships. Everyone knows that. Please don't let the Yankees win. But please don't let the Dodgers win. I don't know. Someone come out of nowhere this year. 16 teams can make the playoffs. The Angels aren't even going to make the playoffs. Someone else win. I mean, why is it always going to be teams that you hate, you know? Someone else please win. NFL, get your shit together. Fix that relationship, man. It's not hard being close with people, being cool with people. I mean, the NFL's just greedy as hell. I mean, don't be doing stuff like that. TCU, don't say Voldemort in the locker room. Coach Gary Patterson doesn't approve. All right, thanks guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Just thanks for everything, you guys, the feedback. Love always. Remember, Iowa sucks.